Fred Daniel is a conservation and tourism entrepreneur. He bought land in the Emanzana area, formerly Badplaas, in Mpumalanga to build a Big 5 game reserve and take advantage of the declaration of the Makonjwa Mountains as a UNESCO heritage site. Makonjwa is the only place on Earth where the development of the early Earth and evolution of life itself can be studied. We spoke to former Mpumalanga Tourism and Parth Agency CEO Jacques Modibane about his take on Fred Daniel's case, which was brought to his attention when he was employed at the agency. This is what he said.
After I've left MTPA, one day, while I'm still there, one day, immediately after I go the CEO, I get a phone call from one guy called Fred Daniel. He says, "No, my name is Fred Daniel." I knew the name.
Yeah.
I've got a case with MTPA about land grab, and the case is in court.
Yeah.
Because you're a new CEO, I want to come and talk to you. I said, okay, no, that's fine. So I gave him a date. So I called the meeting again. I asked these guys, I'm asking you to scramble for any paper that you can find about this case.
Yeah.
Fred Daniel has phoned me. He has asked for a meeting and he's coming on this date and all of us must be there.
Yeah.
Right? And I want somebody people who can come and brief me about this in detail. Who comes in? One Jan Meller and the one I suspended who I later suspended, Beki Malaza.
Yeah.
So after I fired the executive manager for legal, Beki Malaza was appointed as the acting in the legal.
Yeah.
So he was studying some law degree. Now, and then they come in my office. When they come in my office, this Jan Meller start briefing me, "Sir, no, don't allow this Fred Daniel to come and see you. He's a racist. This guy he has taken the land which belongs to black people. This guy, he has brought illegal exotic animals without permits. This guy is just a bad guy. My advice is that don't talk to this guy because this guy is a very difficult guy. He's a bad guy." So I said to him, "Mr. Miller, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm the CEO of MTPA. I speak to anybody. Don't worry about the guy, whether the guy is bad or evil or what. I'm going to meet him and listen to him. It's incumbent on me to do that. So please don't do that. Tell me what you know about this case. No, this case, in any case, the documents are with the Premier. There's not even a single document which is here. We can't tell you, but we can only tell you that this case has been running in, and it is a case which made your predecessor, Charles Ndabeni, to be removed because he was beginning to have some kind of relationship with Fred Daniel, and that's why he was removed." I said, "Well, I'm sorry. If he was removed because he was listening to Fred Daniel, who's one of the South Africans who's coming up with a proposal, it's fine. I'm going to talk to him. And I want you to be part of that meeting. I've already given you this date. You must be there."
Yeah.
When the date comes, Fred Daniel comes. Jan Meller was nowhere to be found. He disappeared. Fred Daniel came with documents. The documents because I told him, "Fred, I don't have documents.
Yeah.
If you have documents, please share with me." So he came with documents.
Yeah.
He gave me the documents and I started reading those documents. I then understood where the problem was.
Yeah.
Sizwe, let me close this matter by saying to you, Fred Daniel, had they listened to Fred Daniel, Mpumalanga Parks Board would be leading the country on tourism. Fred Daniel went out, he came up with a document which was exactly fitting into the strategy of tourism in Mpumalanga, in South Africa. Well-researched document, well-referenced. Unfortunately, and Fred Daniel, unfortunately, somebody decided that, no, he cannot do what he wants to do. Fred Daniel tells a story about him being cajoled, saying that if you work with us, you give us shares, this will go through, and he refused.
Yeah.
And the next thing, the communities who some of them were owning some of the land which was restituted, which was going to be restituted to those people. They woke up in the morning and they started burning everything, offices, everything, farms, cutting fences and everything. And that case is running.
Yeah.
So Fred Daniel is briefing me. After reading his documents, I called this guy. I said, guys, you listen to Fred Daniel. What are you saying? And the executive managers, 3 of them, they said, sir, we don't know what you're going to do, but if you take a decision that we start working with Fred Daniel, you would have saved MTPA. Fred Daniel is coming with the best approach, and he has found the money from the investors or from overseas. And our job is just to reap the benefits as MTPA and the people.
The Pretoria High Court recently found that Didi Mabuza and former Albert Luthuli councillor, now Africa Maibuya movement activist pro-Hoza, organized mobs to threat and intimidate Daniel to leave his conservation project. Didi Mabuza told Daniel in a telephone call that he could not be able to protect him from the mob. The only way he can is that Daniel must leave Badplaas. When the threats failed, Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency, MPTA officials began frustrating him through frivolous claims of non-compliance. They withheld animal permits,
saying to me that they didn't agree with what was going on, why Fred Daniel was not.
Yeah.
So after I left, then I got a phone call from the lawyers of Fred Daniel. Hey, listen, we want the CEOs who were working there, 2 of you. We want Charles Nabeni and you to go to court to go and give evidence. I said to them, but look, what evidence am I going to court? Because I never dealt with that case.
Yeah.
I only know the briefing that Fred Daniel gave me.
Yeah.
And so this is, no, we want that. Your opinion on what opinion you formulated about this was very important. So we're going to subpoena you. You have no choice, whether you like it or not, we have subpoenaed you. I said, well, it's okay. I'll talk to my lawyers and ask. So I went to talk to my lawyers, and the lawyer says, how do you feel about it? I said, look, I don't have a problem with going to court and tell the story how I found the situation. And I found it very disturbing because had we went into partnership with Fred Daniel, MTPA would be far by now. And finally, I went to court. And exactly what I told him, I told the court. I said, court, I don't know what was going on. I read those documents, and I can confess, I can put on record that Fred Daniel's initiative was a game changer. I don't know why they didn't want to take it. Actually, nobody can take the land which is restituted. Nobody. If Fred Daniel went and he bought land which was already under restitution, he was not going to get that land in any case. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that land, nobody can take the land and use it for cattle grazing. The land, in terms of the national framework, that land must be used for tourism, nothing else. So Fred Daniel was ahead of the story. You got the investors, and the only thing is that the beneficiaries of that land were going to get royalties from their own land and the transfer of skills. So I don't know why anybody is blocking him. That case is still running even today.
It's still running.
Yeah.
We understand it's going to conclusion.
And then I was then getting phone calls. I got a phone call just before I go in.
Yeah.
The first phone call I got was was coming from the guy who followed me as a CEO, but he was no longer there. He says, I understand that you are going to give evidence in court to support Fred Daniel. I said, nah, I'm not going to court to support Daniel.
Yeah.
I am subpoenaed by the lawyers of Fred Daniel, and the subpoena is coming from court. I can't say no.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there to give evidence about what I know. Yeah, but you cannot go in there to go and give evidence which will support Fred Daniel, because Fred Daniel, I tried to work with him. He's a racist. He's a bad guy, and you cannot give evidence against the leaders of the ANC. I said, Chief, I'm not going to give evidence against the leaders of the ANC. I'm going to tell the court what I know. And I can't lie to court. I will tell to court what I know and what opinion I formulated. And there's nothing I can do. I am subpoenaed.
Yeah.
And then we parted company. The following morning, a friend of mine phoned me, says, I understand somebody, you're going to give evidence. No, he says, I want to come and see you today in the afternoon. I said, no, I'm not around. He says, where are you? I said, no, I'm not around. It's not enough to tell me where I am. And I know that guy is a friend of one of the powerful guys.
Oh.
Yeah. He wanted me to say, I'm in court in the case of Fred Daniel, so that he can say, please don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The court awarded Daniel R306.1 million for damages. The court ordered MTPA and the Mpumalanga Land Claims Commission to pay Daniel's legal fees, which exceeded 100 million rand. In total, the taxpayers has lost about 700 million rand in this case. The cost to tourism, future investment and job creation is certainly far greater than the public funds already wasted.
Yeah.
So, and then in court, I had to place it on record to say, I was intimidated last night. Even this morning, I suspect that the person who phoned in the morning wanted to persuade you not to give evidence.
Yeah.
I'm worried about this intimidation because the guy who phoned me, he's doing this on behalf of the person who is fighting with Fred Daniel.
Yeah.
And in Mpumalanga, people get killed. I may be killed. So I'm putting this on record in court so that if I get killed, you should know who is responsible for my death. So that is exactly what happened.